on listening mode. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are live.
Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the CMC podcast. Mr. Blitztek.
Mr. ICanWin.
Geek in a suit.
Cool. So let's start off with the PlayStation VR. So it got announced at GDC 2016 and it seems like to be all the rage at the moment. So in the UK, it says that it's going to be released October 2016, cost about £350, and that's not including the PlayStation camera. What do you guys think about this?
Okay, now I've got quite a few questions first of all, so I hope you know your stuff on the VR. What now? Does this mean I can play The Division in virtual reality?
No,
Or,
they have.
Okay, so they just have set games that this works with.
Yeah, so far.
Okay, what games? From launch of the VR? What games can I play?
I don't think there's any games that would interest you from launch. Looking at the list right now, all I can see is Ace Combat 7, Drive Club, Dead or Alive Extreme 3, Dynasty Warriors 8, Final Fantasy 14, Gran Turismo Sport.
So how are you playing it? How are you playing these games in VR? Like, is it fully immersive? Like, I put it on and I'm in the game. My hand actions are doing this.
Yeah, that's
doing
what I
everything.
see. Like, instead of watching it through a TV, you'd be watching it through like
For the lenses, isn't it? For the
I'm guessing you used to be pretty much playing with your PlayStation Platter. So it's just to immerse you more in the game, more than anything. Oh, Star Wars
So
Battlefront.
my thing with it is, when it comes out, don't get it right away. Until there is games, you can fully go in. Don't bother. And how much did you say it was again?
$350. Just as much as the PS3 console.
Yeah, more than my PS4. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, nah, mate. Free. That's crazy.
I mean, you say 350 is crazy for VR, but when you think about it, it's probably gonna revolutionize the way people play games. Like, this is the first step.
It is. It is. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Like I would be on it, like to play games. I think that's gonna bring the experience to the next level. Absolutely. But free, like, that costs more than the console itself.
Yeah, well, the console
that'll make sense.
It requires a
go ahead.
PlayStation camera.
And you gotta get a camera. Right. Do we know how much the camera costs?
Camera's got to be like between 40 and 60 quid. But when you think about it, anyone who's looking at getting this VR probably already has a camera. When you think about it realistically, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think those guys who go out and get all the gadgets for the PlayStation, the Move, the camera, they're going to be the people that this is straight appealing to. So I don't think that's a problem.
In America, I think in America a bundle is confirmed. Camera and controller confirmed. It's going to be about $400 in America. This seems a bit too much expensive. What is this bringing to the table? Even though it's less cheaper than Oculus, and I'm pretty sure it's cheaper than most VR visors, but at the same time, I don't think it's a must-have. It's just like 3D.
Well, apparently
it
is the cheapest of all the ones that's been released, from what I've seen, from what I've read. But I don't know. Like, I'm looking forward to it. Like, don't get me wrong. I think this is gonna bring the next step. Can you imagine, like, playing Battlefront or The Division and you're sucked in there? Forget about the external world. Like, forget about your family and everything. You're sucked in, like come like Tron, and that is gonna take 5-10 steps to experience gaming experience, and that's a really cool thing. But I just wouldn't get it like right off the bat. I don't think there'll be enough games.
I mean,
and the price as
you're
well.
currently playing Star Wars Battlefront at the moment, and Battlefront's one of the games that comes with VR. So why do you say that there's not enough games if one of the games you're playing right now is actually out and it's going to be in VR? Because if the Division was in VR, I wouldn't be looking to get it, because I don't see the need in VR for me personally right now, because obviously I want to see.
Why is that?
Just because I want to wait for more versions. Like, I didn't buy my PlayStation day one. I still play, and I still play my PS3, so I still would like to get maybe another year deeper into my PS4, let the price drop for the VR come down a little bit before I even thought about getting it. And after that, I actually want to see how immersive it really is, how people are playing it, and how it's changing the actual game, the way you play PlayStation.
Right. Yeah, but the thing with it is, obviously being something new, I don't want to just play Battlefront with it. I think you need a lot more options instead of just jumping right onto it. And the thing is, whenever they release something new, there's always issues, right? So I'm just gonna wait around, like you said, at least a year. If bring out the new other versions, and then go for it. And definitely the price as well. The price is a big turn off for me right now as well.
I mean, I don't think £350 is bad when you think about what it can do and what it is. I think what you're hung up on is you bought your PlayStation 4 2 years in, so the PS4 is pretty cheap right now, I think. So maybe that's what it is. Because,
is it? Let me check that out.
Because I think if they released VR and the PS4 together at $350 each, I think a lot of people would have went out and bought both of them.
All right, this is what
at $350 each.
At $350 each, I think a lot of people would have went out and bought
8 bags.
Yeah, I think people.
This ain't gonna be supported by everything though. Like, this is only gonna cater to certain games. It's the thing with like 3D where, in order to try and support it, they bring out the majority of the PlayStation games. But did 3D blow up? Did everyone go get a 3D TV?
No.
I think it's the thing like VR, where only a certain amount of games are going to cater to the VR. And then again, I don't think the price is going to become cheap enough where everyone can get it, or they can bundle with a PlayStation 4 where it's like...
Yeah, but to be honest, the 3D is pretty much a gimmick.
I'm glad you said that.
I don't even go cinemas. I don't even go cinemas to watch 3D. I think that is crap. It absolutely ruins everything. So the fact that I'm going to be at my household and I already wear these, and then I have to put another one on top to see probably just 1 or 2 effects, like maybe a fly that's going to be hit. Sorry, the last movie I saw in 3D was Avatar, and I went to watch the 2D afterwards, and I was like, I wasted money watching the 3D one in the first place. So
I'm glad you said that, because I was going to say exactly the same thing. 3D is 100% a gimmick. It doesn't improve your movie going experience at all, unless the movie is made in 100% 3D. The last movie that was made in 100% 3D was probably the only movie that was made in 100% 3D, which was Avatar. So that's the only good 3D movie I've seen. In fact, that, and I'm going to have to throw in Dread. That was recorded in 3D, and that really made use of all the effects that it had. So besides them 2 movies, there's no need. And I'm pretty sure 3D TV sales have gone down the toilet because people don't care about 3D. It doesn't really enhance the experience. VR, to me, is 2 totally different things. VR is full immersion. 3D is selective immersion. Like, you get some 3D movies you go and watch, 2 things come at you, and it doesn't even look like it's actually coming at you. VR, you're in the world. You're totally in the world, and that's something like a game like Battlefront, where we're all big Star Wars fans. We love that stuff. I want to be in Star Wars. I want to be in there, and VR could put me in there.
True.
I'm
That's
just,
the thing, though, like,
Question:
I feel like
have any of
anything that
you
has a
used VR
merciful gimmick,
before?
though. Anything that's like, imagine
Sorry,
you
say that
want to
again.
go to your house and you just want to chill. I'm not gonna come out my way. Like, I'm pretty sure you still have to charge and stuff like that. I don't want to come out my way just to put on some headgear. God knows how much it's gonna weigh, and then just to get immersed in the game. All I want to do is turn on my TV, put
Some
my
neck
ad,
problems.
play the game.
see, I understand your point there, but when I think about it, I think about my PlayStation. I think about how I play my PlayStation. I've got a chair. I've got a gaming chair. I've just recently, since I've got my PS4, I start using headphones to play my game. Like, how far off am I from having a VR, having a cushion here, and just putting my VR? I don't think we're that far off anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't think that's really a concern. I understand what you're saying. That anything you think anything's fully immersive is a gimmick, but I would disagree when it comes to VR, because you're actually entering a different world. Like, if I can put it on and look around my room and see Tatooine or Sullust or something like that, it's hard. I think it's hard to say no to that.
Have any of you experienced VR before?
No, I
Yeah.
haven't tried VR. I haven't tried VR. No, I haven't. I have to. If I don't know if you guys, when Star Wars the movie was coming out, they put out this VR thing, and you can probably still see it on YouTube, where you go and wherever you move, you're looking around and you can actually see the whole world. So if it's anything like that, then I'm 100% in for it, and I think it's a good idea.
Let me tell you, it's crazy. It's nuts. I've tried it, and it's unbelievable. Like, I don't even know how they managed to get that technology done, but that shit is nuts. I've tried it. I think I was exploring the city, and at one point I get to fly around and I'm just looking down and shit. It's the experience is nuts. So I think bringing that to the game is going to be crazy, especially if you've got games like Battlefront, Division, racing cars as well. I would definitely get that for racing games.
This is what I was going to ask. What's the perspective like if we're playing a third-person game? Let's say I'm playing Arkham Knight, and I've got the VR on. Does it then go first person? Am I then playing Batman through his eyes?
But they don't really name any third-person games.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say. Like, it can't be
that's
for every game. It can't be catered to every game.
I mean, that's totally understandable, but that's what I'd like to know. And I think that we'll definitely get to the point where a game like Arkham Knight, you do play in first person, because you've seen it with Grand Theft Auto 5 when they brought it to PS4. It goes from third person to first person. I think if VR takes off, we're going to see more third person games adding that element of first person into it.
But see, that's the thing, though, because developers don't like to go out of their way just because of one peripheral. Like, how many peripherals are made or games catered towards the, what do you call it, the PlayStation Eye, or what's the Xbox One, the Xbox, the room thing? Basically, like, no one likes to go out of their way if the main audience just wants to go. That's what I keep saying. Everyone wants to just go home, turn the TV, and just play the game. Imagine, okay, now you're here with friends. You want to put on your VR, but no one else can see it with you. It's just going to be you immersed in the game. You're going to be like, oh, yeah, this looks cool. You could try it and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's just a single person experience. It's the same thing when people got a 3D TV. How many glasses did you have to buy for everyone to enjoy it with you? And even then, it became you had to get out of your way just to make sure everyone could see your 3D TV. And even then, you had to sit directly in front of it. So I mean, with VR, yeah, it's going to be cool. And when you do have it, yeah, it's going to be like a really good experience. But it's not going to be an everyday experience, I don't think.
I understand what you're saying, but I just want to get away from this analogy of VR and 3D, because it's two different things. And I think it's 2016. The last time someone came to my house and played PlayStation with me was quite a while ago. Do you know what I'm saying? So unless it was like super arranged, and it doesn't happen that often these days. So playing games is becoming more and more of an individual thing. unless, well, obviously with multiplayer games, it's not an individual thing, but while you're at home playing, it's more of an individual thing when you're on your own. So I don't think VR is going to be, I don't know, I feel like it has more chance of catching on a lot more than 3D, because like a lot of people don't like 3D. 3D's like, there's nothing good about 3D to me personally. Like it doesn't help anything, but I can see VR being fully immersive and just changing the whole game if it sells right and if it works properly. If it can cater to the right kind of games, then I think it'll be a big hit. Especially Call of Duty games, like Call of Duty, fast-paced moving games, first-person shooters. That'd be off the charts.
And saying that with games that are only first person, it's got Tekken 7 on here. So obviously that's like third person. It's got, obviously, like I said, Dead or Alive, Extreme.
How would that work?
That's what I mean.
I'm trying to visualize. How would that
unless
work?
They make you, I know it goes with the move as well. So unless you put on the VR headset and then you have to use the PlayStation Move, so maybe you're going to be in the body of Jin or something.
See, that doesn't make sense. No. See, I don't think that's correct, because I don't think that makes sense when we're talking about fighting games. I don't think that makes sense. I think, if anything,
how would you pull out the move?
Yeah, I think I feel like you'd still be playing with your controller, but maybe you see through Jin's eyes.
That's what I said. You'll be in the body of Jin, so I'll be facing you like how you are now.
Yeah.
Like when you're pulling out,
and then you kind of just see this. Is that what it would be?
It might be that. See, I don't know if we're right. That's why I don't want to go with this.
I mean, that would be cool as well. I'm not, I'm not for that. That might work. I don't know, man. Just seeing the arms and then the legs, and I don't know, man. Maybe, just maybe.
But like, if this was gonna be a very big thing,
just reading here,
like it should be supported by everything, not like selective games. Like if something like Tekken can be in the list from Star Wars to Tekken, then I also think even like Final Fantasy is there as well, and that's clearly a third-person game. In fact, you're controlling. Number 4, I think, is even online, so you're just controlling your own characters. I don't know even how that's gonna work, but yeah, like for me, I don't think anything can ever beat the TV controller experience ever. Even when it comes to arcades, you're shooting with the guns and every peripheral. There's never beat the controller. The only one that stayed around long enough is the tournament stick, only due to fighting games. Every other
that's classic, man. That's classic.
Unless you guys can name one.
No. I understand what you're saying. Obviously, the controller is the original, but I don't think that because everything else in the past has failed, that means VR would fail. I think that VR's got the most potential, especially if it's done right, that it can succeed. So
okay. We just got at Duke Nukem 008. He says the one-on-one fighting games would look more like you are looking down on two fighters as if they were fighting on your desk. You can move closer to get a better view. Cool. Thanks for that, for sharing that, Duke Nukem 008.
I mean, that does make a lot more sense. That does make a lot more sense. But it's cool. I mean,
I'm just trying to visualize it, how it would all be. Sorry, you were saying?
No, I think if that's how it is, that's a good way to go. But I really want to try. I'm excited to try it out, and I think hopefully they bring it to a Comic-Con in London or to MCM gaming event in London soon, so we get to try it out.
Definitely. I mean, that's the best way to get people to buy it in.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, having that at places like that where you try it on. I've tried it. The one I've tried it was actually art. It was like an art museum, and it was pretty light. So and you could move around, no problem. You wouldn't fall off or anything like that. And the one I've looked at, it seems pretty secure as well. So you won't have any neck problems or anything like that, Sam. In case you're wondering how heavy you'll be.
Just for me, like I said, it's just it's like if someone wants to buy one, it's just an experience. But for me, it's not going to replace anything happening right now in the gaming community.
No.
People do it for the one-off. I think the best experience would be with horror games, where if you play something like that PT demo that Kojima released time ago, and you play that in VR, bloody hell, you would have nightmare for weeks. But apart from that, I don't see it being too much of a game changer. Even if they push it a lot, I don't think it would be too much of a game changer. That's what I think anyway.
Cool. Hold on, we just got another message from Duke Nukem. VR is not peripheral. It is a change of perspective. Right now, we are sitting on chairs, sitting in a room, looking at the TV, playing a game. VR takes away the chair and the room and puts you inside the virtual thermometer you love environment environment. Sorry. I was wondering what you were about to say. All right, so yeah, it puts you inside the virtual environment.
See, and that's the point that I'm getting at. That there's nothing more you could ask for from a game than to put me inside the world. The only thing better than me sitting in front of my TV and playing Arkham Knight is me being in Gotham City with Batman. Do you know what I'm saying? There's nothing better than me playing Battlefront than actually me being on Tatooine with Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. I mean, there's nothing beats that. And in my mind, I still have my controller, and I'll play through my controller, but my mind and everything is in the game. That is what I want. That's where you want to be. Yeah,
I completely agree with that. I mean, right now,
one of the things can come back to me and say that. There's a reason why I want my TV.
You know what?
There's a reason why I want my TV and me to be on my couch, because
gosh, go on.
Because I think there's a reason why I want to escape reality only so far. But to go into virtual reality and think you're almost in the same room,
you're holding yourself back. Let me tell you the first thing. Let me tell you something. The first thing I did when I got Battlefront was to get my home cinema system, plug it in, turned it all the way up because I wanted to be in it. I wanted to be in space. I wanted to hear the that lightsaber, everything, the shots, everything. And the next thing now is seeing it. Like, I don't think really, like, you're in it. Like, you'll be hearing it, you'll be in it. I don't think anything.
Just to add on to that, yeah. I'm up 3 a.m. in the morning playing The Division. All the lights are off. I got my hoodie up. I got my headphones on. I'm in my zone. Do you know what annoys me? My girlfriend, she walks to the toilet. She turns on the light, takes me out of it. Do you understand that? VR, I'm in it. She can turn on all the lights. She can make as much noise. I'm in there. That's what I want. When I play games right now, it's like you get taken out of where you are and you're in the game. But why do people buy bigger TVs? Why do they buy surround systems? Why do they buy gaming chairs? Because they want to be deeper they want to go deeper into the emotions. You want to get as deep into the game as possible. If VR could put me there, I need it. I need to be inside. Like,
then you guys can
going in.
If you guys find it that sick, then you guys can afford 350 then.
No,
I don't want to hear about this keeping bundle crap. Listen, if it's that important to your guys' gaming experience, then
if I have to wait a year or two for the price to go down.
See, this is the thing.
Hey, man,
if VR came out tomorrow and it said it's fully compatible with every PS4 game, I would consider it more. Exactly, because it's selective with games. That's why I'm like, nah, I'll have to wait. But if it said every game you've got already I'm gonna work with. Do you know how I put 28 hours on The Division already, and you're telling me I can get deeper in that if I go and buy The Division? I might just do it.
So how can it not be compatible with every game as well? Like if it's meant to be a game changer, they would find a way to make sure that every game that's already on the consoles, bang, you can play it with your.
I mean, I mean, I'm pretty sure companies are working on this. You know what I'm saying? Like from time it's been, it's been announced, it's been explored with. I'm pretty sure companies are saying, because they have to keep up with the development of game. So they have to push games like that. You know what I
Told
mean?
you, same thing happened with 3D, same thing happened with the PlayStation Eye and stuff. So I guess we're gonna have to see what same thing happens with VR.
So we're just gonna have to see it,
I
man.
just don't agree. PlayStation Eye is weak. You don't need it. And I'm just saying, VR is something that I think can actually like having a camera for your PS4 doesn't transcend your gaming experience. VR can do that. That others can't. Like as a traditional gamer, I don't want to stand up and wave my arm and do all this stuff. I want to play with my controllers, and my VR is not going to change all that. I'm sliding something on, and I'm in. That's it. Everything else is the same. That's my piece on it.
Forget about the
Anyway.
world.